Hello everybody, my name is Sean Baker. I am the director of a film called Tangerine. I want to say hello to everybody at Listopad 2015. I wish I could be there this year. Last year I was there on a jury and had a wonderful time. I was asked by the festival to explain a little bit about my newest film that happened to be shot on the device that's shooting this video right now, on the iPhone. And I'll give you a quick little rundown about why I did that and how I did that. So first off, Tangerine is an independent film shot in the US for what I considered a very low budget. I was stuck having to because it's my fifth film. I couldn't pull any more favors, so I couldn't shoot on film or any of the higher format cameras, and I started exploring other options, and one of them was the iPhone. I found at the time that we shot a year and a half ago, there happened to be some new tools that were designed. One of them being, well, first off, here's an iPhone. One of them being an app called Filmic Pro, which was very useful. And actually, to tell you the truth, I wouldn't have made this film unless we had an app like this. There are several apps out there now, so it's not like I'm advertising for this one. You should experiment and see what features all these different apps have and how they can help you achieve your project, your film. Maybe I should have been prepared here. Okay, here we go. This app has many bells and whistles. It allows you to shoot at 24 frames a second. You can lock aperture and focus. It also has it outputs a higher quality compression rate. So the video that you are actually capturing is higher quality than the video that you would normally capture in video mode. So for me, that was one of the things that convinced me that I could elevate this to a cinematic level. Now what we did was that we shot this film in true scope, actual widescreen, and we did it by using an anamorphic adapter created by a company called Moondog Labs. It's an adapter, not a lens. It's an adapter that fits over the lens of the iPhone and captures a 2:3:5 aspect ratio. It's a wonderful little device and very lightweight, and it's hardly noticeable, and doesn't interfere with the shooting. It's just something that you have to then in post-production take care of by stretching your image back out so that everybody looks in proportionate and everything looks right, and you get a wonderful scope image. On top of those two tools being used, I had to use a stabilizer, which was a handheld Steadicam. It was a grip that I used to stabilize the image, but that was a year and a half ago. These days, you can shoot on the iPhone 6 with the digital stabilizer, and it looks quite wonderful. So you don't even need a handheld stabilizer. And in post-production, I took the footage. And now, of course, this was my aesthetic, the aesthetic that I decided to go with. But of course, every individual film will have its own look. But what I did is that I pumped up the colors. I added a film grain to the image, and also, of course, had it colored correctly, working with contrast and just having a professional colorist come in and do a professional job on the final image. But overall, it was painless. I didn't run into any headaches. Once the footage was actually taken off of my iPhone using iTunes and transcoded from a H.264 video file to a ProRes 422 file, it was dropped into my Final Cut timeline, Final Cut Pro 7 timeline, and it was edited like any other piece of media would be edited. So it was actually a wonderful experience, and looking back on it, there were so many benefits that came with it. As a director, it allowed me to shoot more clandestinely, and what it did to the actors was remarkable. It truly, I think, put us in a very casual mood when we were shooting. There was no intimidation factor, and I think I was able to capture street life in a different way than my previous films because of this device. I don't know if I'm going to be doing it on the next film, but it's definitely something I'd like to explore again in the future. Anyway, that may have been long-winded, but I just wanted to let you know that was basically the outline of the process I took to make my newest film. And but the one thing that I walked away from it, the experience I walked away with, just having, I think, looking, but in hindsight, I'm just very happy that we decided to move forward and shoot this film with the means, by any means necessary. We had to basically make this film with the little money that we had and the few tools that we had, and now we are actually traveling the world with the film, and we're very happy with its outcome and its sort of universal acceptance. So anyway, thank you very much. Enjoy the festival this year, and make film. Bye-bye.